Hello everybody, thank you for meeting with me today. My name's Meg Valentine and I have recently taken over as Brenton Adhford-Potter's case manager. I'll be giving a brief history of Brenton's background and a little bit about him personally. Brenton's needs and strengths will be presented, and I'll be giving details of Brenton's current care plan. I'll also talk about some of the things that I have learned from an organisation called The Good Life. This organisation helps us understand a little bit more about social inclusion, independence, and the meaning of fostering important relationships within the community. In concluding, I will look and present any further investigations for future plans and discuss if there's any legalities or ethical requirements that we need to look further at. Just a little bit about Brenton and his background. Brenton is a very happy and outgoing, vibrant young man, and Brenton does well at all things sport, and he loves to live his life to the full every day. Just a nice little quote to share that Brenton has said to his mum that Brenton's mother has told me that his personality is his greatest asset. Brenton resides full-time with his mother and while still achieving a very high level of freedom in his life. And Russell works closely with Brenton, which is his community inclusion worker, and Russell's responsible for helping Brenton choose his path as he carves out his own life for himself. Russell's very committed to Brenton's needs and helping him achieve his goals and to fulfill the days doing what Brenton decides that he wants to do. Moving on to Brenton's current needs and strengths. Brenton's strengths are many. He has a very strong network of friends. Brenton's extended family, his neighbours, his community members have all been heavily involved in his life, and his mum says that his sporting capabilities and love of everything sport have really served him well. Brenton has a real interest in being with people and giving back to the community, which we will look at how that happens in his current care plan. Firstly, I think it's imperative that we recognise the importance of building relationships and the benefits of social interactions in the broader community. Forming bonds with people who have disabilities and forming bonds with people who don't have a disability. Some people with disability never get the assistance needed to communicate, to connect and to get to know people, and there's been a false belief that people with disability only enjoy the company and socialising with other people who have a disability, and this attitude denies a whole community of really enjoying diverse relationships. Brenton's needs are that he communicates by using an iPad, and he also has a Velcro picture communication board, and he's able to use that board very well to communicate his daily activities and the sequence that he's going to map out his day with. Moving on to highlight Brenton's current care plan and looking at how it is implemented in a strengths-based approach. Brenton's care plan is an individualised funding package, and this allows Brenton a large degree of control and choice over his life. And we know from the Good Life organisation that flexibility and freedom and allowing people to make their own decisions gives a real sense of control, and it promotes personal well-being. With an individualised funding package, an agency holds the money on behalf of Brenton, but Brenton still chooses when and how and who is going to spend those funds. And so there's a consultant that's assigned to Brenton's funding package, and he liaises with this person to decide how those funds are going to be used in helping him achieve his goals. Brenton's goals are integration into the community and to give back to the community, and we know that being a part of community and having strong relationships, having a sense of belonging, that's a fundamental need. It's a fundamental human need for everyone. He also wishes to be able to surf on his own and to be able to join the Adult Board Riders Club. It's through sub-goals that Brenton is working towards achieving these goals, And, for example, when surfing with Russell, the only part that Russell plays is to help Brenton to be able to get out to the back of the surf, and then Brenton does the rest on his own, so that's empowering too. Brenton's informal support network is the Woonona Rangers Football Club, and they play a really big role in Brenton's care plan and achieving community integration. Both his co-coaches and the players alike well respect him within the club, and this community position involves Brenton in the community and allows him to give back something back, and that's evidence of strength-based practice at its best in helping Brenton achieve his goals, because it's simply just focusing on Brenton's strengths. This position does really focus on his strengths, his sporting knowledge, his sporting capabilities, and this role that he plays within the football club, it's empowering to his worth, and his autonomy, and the valuing of his role. And the Good Life suggests that when people hold roles of value and importance, that they feel valued and worthy. His current care plan of sporting and community involvement and giving back to the community help him achieve his goals, and this would not be possible if he was participating in a day program or a supported employment program. Touching on any further investigations that we need to, just briefly, when Brenton was at school, there was an incident where someone had tried to take Brenton while he was catching transport, and but as we know, research suggests that having such a strong presence in the community as Brenton does serves him as a protective factor, and therefore I don't believe that there's any need for this incident to be of any concern now, and I'm happy to leave it as that, just as a past incident that's happened, and to leave that alone. Secondly, Brenton has been quoted as saying that he's the happiest he's ever been, and he's told his mum, "I love my life and I'm living my dream." And this is a greater testament as any that Brenton's care plan is really promoting his health, it's fostering happiness and well-being. I would recommend, though, that Brenton be asked if he has any new goals for the future. It's good for all of us to have new goals and to have a sense to to be working towards something. Having goals is really fulfilling for all of us, and having new goals is a great thing to be able to chase after. In relation to my compliance obligations and the standards of practice, that they, to make sure that they are client focused in helping Brenton reach, his optimum level of health and his well-being. I'm very satisfied that these obligations are being met. After meeting with Brenton and his family, his community inclusion worker, the co-coach from the Woonona Football Club, I'm really happy to see that Brenton actively participates in his care planning and the level of family input, and his mum's choice to take a step back and to allow for Brenton to be able to make more of his own decisions is a real positive. In regards to any ethical or legal issues, I don't believe that there is any. His consultant agency is very transparent with his fundings and their outgoings, and Russell presents as a very ethical community inclusion worker. On closing, I would like to thank everybody today for coming along, and I look forward to working closely and collaboratively in the future with you and alongside Brenton. Thank you.